Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop right there. This channel is not intended for kids under the age of 13. So if you're under the age of 13, please leave.
Hey everybody, Arthur here with another unboxing video. Today we have NECA's Hellraiser Ultimate Pinhead figure. A huge shout out goes to my boy Judd. This is the other figure he ended up snagging for me because UPS trashed some figures. Not even like they just trashed the boxes, bent up the lightsabers or whatnot. If you guys aren't familiar, go check out some videos a while back, back on Force Friday. But yeah, Judd is such a good dude that he had to make it right, and he wouldn't take no for an answer. And honestly, he ended up picking me up that Ultimate Sam in this to make up for it. He didn't have to. I told him he didn't have to, and he just wouldn't listen. He's stubborn, but a very good collector and a very good friend. So this figure in the box, when I opened it, it sent me back to when I was a kid and first seeing Hellraiser. I mean, this movie creeped me out. I mean, it was before I really understood the whole goth and all that type of, fetish type of stuff. Because as a kid, I was just like, these dudes look crazy and they're creepy. And I love this whole look right here. It even says, demon to some, angels to others. Hellraiser, he'll tear your soul apart. That's wicked. He's got his chains coming out. Just a badass looking box. Then we got the back of the box, and NECA again kills it in my opinion for their displaying of the figure. They're not just drawing the image of Pinhead on the back. This is the figure you get. It may not be this exact one because this is the one they probably use for just the photo opportunity, but you know what I mean. It's their figure being posed in the different ways represented on the box, and it looks amazing. There is a little bit of read up information at the bottom, so feel free to pause it and take a read. Just like every other NECA figure, has Velcro. Opens up, revealing the figure, but then you also get the really nice art on the inside of the box of the figure. Pinhead out of the box looks magnificent. It is a beautiful looking figure. Comes with a variety of accessories. Pinhead comes with a variety of hands. He comes with a pair of gripping hands. It's got some nice red wash on the fingertips, like he's been messing with some blood. It's got some nice sculpted in vein work in the tops of the hands. But overall, pretty nice looking hand sculpts. The other pair of hands that Pinhead comes with are some open palm gesture hands. They're sculpted very nicely, nice and pale. Got the red blood in the fingertips, that weird gothic finger covers and everything. Now this one right here looks like it would be more for the cube. And then this one's more of just like your gesture or lightly opening or holding something. But very cool looking hands. And I love the texture of, all throughout, and how the black part is a glossy type of finish. The flesh or his palms and his like pale parts of his hands are like a matte paint. And then the blood is actually gloss. Here we got one of Pinhead's knives. It is very long, skinny knife. It looks like it's been used. It's got some nice sculpted in texture and wear on the blade, some blood on it. Handle sculpted very nicely. Just overall, just a nice creepy looking blade with a metal. Yeah, that's right. That's a metal little hook on there, which I'll be showing you. And look at that handle. The handle's nice. A lot of sculpt work there too. You can actually see how the handle's separate from the blade. The blade's in between, the full tang. The other weapon he comes with is a bone saw. It is very tiny, as you can see in my hand, but it looks wet. It's got the blood on it. It is nasty. Same design sort of theme going on with the handle. And then we get the metal hook for it as well. But this thing, it just looks gnarly. Here we got his last weapon, and This one looks a lot more brutal in my opinion. It's got like the little jagged edge. It's a hook. Got the blood on it. And you got the little wear marks across the metal part of the blade. Handle again is following suit like the other ones. This one's a little bit darker. And it still has that full tang design. And we got the hook. Here we have the iconic cube. A lot of the details are there for as small as this thing is. They captured a lot of the details very well. And sort of as you're moving it, it almost, the gold and how the sparkles and everything, it sort of almost looks like it changes, or it's alive in a sense. I don't know if you guys can sort of see it on camera, how the glistening of the glitter and everything looks very cool, depending on how the light hits it and things like that. We do get the one side where you can see where it's definitely put together. You got the seam when the light hits it just right, but still very cool looking. A lot of detail. NECA knocked it out of the park when it comes to this cube. Now, if having the cube wasn't enough, we got the open cube going on right here. All that detail on the sides, the gold again, just shining under the light. Very, very awesome. It's like you get the cube, you get the open cube, tons of accessories. I mean, this is definitely an ultimate figure when it comes to NECA. Last but not least, we get the alternate head. The teeth sculpted and painted fantastic. The eyes black and just ice cold, just creepy and eerie. All the pins there, the sculpt work there. And I know there's a lot of people like, oh, the pins, they're too thick. Well, this is a small figure. And to make the pins even smaller, you would have a lot of breakage, stuff falling out. And it looks pretty awesome. Looks like a little bit of paint is missing around his ear there. The reason I'm saying some of the paint, and I don't know what's going on with that big side piece where all the nails are going around. It's like a little U, the seam almost. Guess that's how they had to get the pins, but this side, it's not nearly as noticeable. Get some nice little hooks pulling on his skin and on his scalp. Yeah, this thing is pretty wicked. Look at it up close. Look at that. Here we got the sort of smirky alternate face. All the pins are there. Looks very, very nice. You do the full rotate. Makes more sense with like where these hooks are in his scalp. So you got this part that's going up. And look at just the sculpt work in detail in this figure. This is all glossy looking. It's very Geiger looking. And definitely like symbiote. You know, a lot of this stuff just is, you could tell it's inspired a lot throughout the years. But it's pretty wicked. You got these metal pieces just throughout. And those aren't real metal. They're just painted. But got this darker gray in there. That's like piercing through. Very, very nice and creepy looking figure. Then you got the chest where it's just like more piercings, flesh ripped, blood coming down. Gnarly. Got like a string going through like his navel area, which I'll be showing you what that's for. You probably guessed it if you haven't seen it. We get soft goods right here, but what's even crazier, and I was not expecting it, is we get a wire at the bottom. Yes, we have bendy wire in the soft goods of the lower skirt of Pinhead, and it is awesome. And then underneath, I'm going to hike this up here, because this needs to be shown. Like, look, more texture, but look, I don't know if you guys can pick it up, if the camera's picking up the color at all. Let me try to bring it up. It has purple on like the shin guards. It's awesome. It looks so freaking awesome. Here we get the hands that are equipped on him. They are sculpted very nicely, open flat palm holding the cube, and the same one over here. A little bit just different, but they're very cube holding hands. Now let's go ahead and dive over some articulation. Now you definitely want to use the ears on this figure because you don't want to bend or break any of the pins, but he does get some crazy range of motion. He can look forward, he can look back, and even looking back, you can pop his head off. But this is rubbery, was what I was trying to show you. But when you're putting the head on, you definitely want to use, you know, his little ears and stuff to position the pin in there and then work it in. So there we go. So that's his articulation on the head. His arms can go up like so. This is a softer rubber, so it actually does not damage the arm. So you can get up that far. His double jointed elbows are pretty freaking nice too. Look at that. And they do pivot at the elbow because he doesn't have a bicep swivel. Hand rotates, and he does have articulation in the wrist as well. Then we get into the ab right here, and you know, tons of movement that you would get with that type of ab. Shift, left, right, forward, back. Squeaky, very squeaky. Then it gets up into what's going on under the skirt as I sort of ride it up here. He can move his legs out to do the full Van Damme. You really can't see. There we go. It's too dark. Sorry about that. And he does have thigh cut up at the top, so you can, you know, move the thigh. Well, maybe not so much. It's not wanting to move, but it looks like there is. And then we get a single jointed knee. Gives you a nice, still straight looking angle, and pivots at the knee as well. And then we get a ankle bend and pivot. If you're a fan of 80s horror, you're a fan of Hellraiser, Pinhead, he's a must-have for your collection. The articulation's there, the sculpt's there, the paint's there, the accessories are there. It is definitely an ultimate Pinhead. It is awesome. I love it. You got all the little accessories dangling from his, you know, I guess that string that's like pierced through him. It's actually weighing down, so it's like torturing his body. And, you know, speaking of torturing, I mean, this is what really inspired some of McFarlane's Tortured Souls type of figures. I mean, Hellraiser, all the other characters in it have some weird tortured looking bodies and stuff like that. And it's gross and scary at the same time, and definitely inspirational. But this is awesome. So you can just have him there, stern, focused, with the cube opened in hand. I really can't get enough of this figure. He holds on to the cube with one hand. There's no sticky tack, nothing. He literally can hold on to this cube with one hand. That's awesome. Now, one thing that does bug me a little bit, and that is the fact that it's Pinhead. We don't have any chains that have hooks on them. This was an opportunity that they could have just put a bunch of chains with little hooks on them, let us decorate them, like, or have them attached to them, however you want to do it. His most iconic weaponry, the chains with the fish hooks or meat hooks or whatever you want to call them, the fish hooks basically, but he didn't come with any. I don't understand. Like, NECA, why didn't you could have just got a bunch of spools of these cheap little plastic chains and attached little plastic hooks at each end, and then gave us some, so we could set up some, you know, accessories, like a little display. Or please tell me that you're going to actually release like a accessory kit like you did with It and Jason and Freddy. You can even have Pinhead with this gritting, angry face holding the unsolved cube. It looks awesome. He has tons of articulation. I mean, he has so much articulation, you can get him in some crazy dynamic poses, but in reality, he's not like he's Spider-Man or a ninja where he's doing like wall flips or, you know, somersaults through the air and stuff like that. But you could do it with it. I mean, it's your toy. If you want him to be a ninja, you can. But this figure is very awesome. I love it. Again, thank you, Judd, for sending it my direction. And that really sums up my unboxing and review of NECA's Hellraiser Ultimate Pinhead figure. If you guys like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. New to my channel, hit that subscribe button for me. And if you want to know when I post up a new video, hit that bell notification so you get that alert as well. And make sure you guys check out Toyco Toys and Collectibles. The website's down below with the promo code as well for you guys to get free shipping if you order anything from that website. There is also the Toyco Preorder group. Make sure you join up with that group. It allows you to keep in the know with what's coming out. And if it's something that you want to get, you can pre-order it straight through Toyco and get those amazing prices that really nobody can compete. Where is the competition? There isn't any for Toyco. Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Megalopolis, they can't touch the pre-order prices. So definitely check them out. And if you guys are looking for a nice little tight-knit community of fellow collectors, tired of scalpers, tired of trying to find figures, and it's hard because it's getting dropped off on the opposite side of the country, well, join Plastic Cannibals. Let's talk figures. What are you excited about? You know, share pictures of your collection. You're new to collecting, just come on in. Search Facebook for the group Plastic Cannibals. Look for that image that you see at the end of this video. Click join, answer the 3 questions. Come on in. Let's talk figures. Let's have a great time. And most importantly, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting. Keep on collecting and have a beautiful day.